More than 20 ICE agents conducted a workplace immigration raid in South Park Friday afternoon. They wore body armor, carried large rifles, and even used flashbang grenades to clear a crowd of protesters. Dozens of people chanted as agents arrested 4 restaurant workers. On Monday, San Diego's Democratic congressional representatives called the raid aggressive, reckless, and counterproductive. Congressman Juan Vargas says that the militarized response has traumatized the community.
Why were ICE agents armed to the teeth as if they were entering a war zone, storming restaurants? Why were ICE agents aggressively shoving people against the walls and handcuffing every worker in sight?
Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs pointed out that none of the 4 people arrested have violent criminal records.
This isn't about going after criminals. They're going after people who are trying to do the right thing and people who are contributing to our economy.
Both Vargas and Jacobs acknowledged that, as members of the minority party in Washington, D.C., their legislative options are limited. But they still want to push back on President Trump's mass deportation campaign. Vargas wants to put more pressure on federal judges who signed off on warrants like the one used to justify Friday's raid.
And I hate to say this because I hate going after federal judges because they have very difficult work. I know that, and I respect them. But this was a mistake on their part, a terrible mistake. They allowed it to happen.
The federal court did not respond to a request for comment. Jacobs noted that Friday's immigration raid was not an isolated incident. She criticized a similar workplace raid near El Cajon and ICE's tactic of arresting people in immigration court. She says communities can make a big difference if people speak out.
All of this public pressure, actually really works, right? We saw them change their policies on the student visa revocations in the first Trump administration on separations at the border because of public pressure.
Congressman Scott Peters warned that these types of raids could be just the beginning. That's because of the big, beautiful bill that Congress recently approved, and it has more than $100 billion for immigration enforcement.
This terrible, terrible waste of resources, the big, beautiful bill that they passed, has $100 billion added to do stuff like this.
He also criticized the Trump administration for saying that they're prioritizing violent criminals, but arresting innocent people.
It's coming from inside our own government. This is our government terrorizing our own communities. And that is absolutely upside down, wrong-headed.
An ICE spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.